Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, Benchy. I'm going to be doing a tarot reading for you today. So I've just kind of like been chilling, been looking after myself, sleeping a lot. I hope everybody is well, by the way. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling, how you're doing, what's going on for you, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we're going to do a reading here, and we're just going to dive straight in. I'm using my cards today. We do have the Three of Pentacles first in reverse, the Sacred Craft. So this is kind of giving me the sense of, there is this like sense of like not really doing something. It's just giving me the sense of like not doing something you're meant to be doing. So like there's a sense of, normally when this is the right way up, it is like a coming together of something here, to do with like working with other people. So there is like a lack of working with other people right now. It's really interesting, just like a lack of working with other people. Maybe you've like slowed down on what you're doing. I feel like there is a lot of illusions. There is things like pulling you from here and there and everywhere. Maybe you're like having some illusionary dreams that are like illusionary. So we do have the Seven of Cups here, the realm of dreams. So this one here is really giving that sense of like, there is so many things. There are so many things. And it could be a sense of like you are in illusions right now. You're stuck in some sort of loop or a cycle in illusions. And there's this lack of like sacred craft. So that's really interesting actually today. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to do some oracle cards at the end of this reading. If you are resonating today, please let me know. Obviously, I read for collective vibes here on YouTube. So collective vibes for YouTube. So if you do see this, you're probably, this is probably your reading and it comes from a place of authentic truth. That's where I do tarot from. We do have the Eight of Swords in reverse, and it's giving me the sense of you are actually breaking free. You're breaking free from the mind trap, the loop. There is this cycle, there is a loop that's been going on, and it's being created by illusions. There's this layer to existence, and it's like the fabric of the matrix, and it's like the code, like the grid layer, and there is this like new layer that's been woven in, and that's kind of what I'm getting is like there is this like rebooting of the layer. So people are actually breaking free from the illusions a lot more at the moment. So you're breaking free in your mind. There could be like a lot of fear, or there could be like a lack of knowing how to move forward in this new layer. So this new layer is ultimately just like leveling up. So you probably leveled up recently. What else is we going to come out today? We do have the Page of Swords. So if you're here today, you are seeking truth. You're definitely like a younger kind of person, younger at heart, maybe a younger soul even. And it's giving the sense of like, you are seeking the truth. So if you do land here and you do see this reading and you get to this point, you're definitely looking for the truth. So the truth is that you could be stuck in illusions, or you're like slowly starting to come out of illusions and out of some sort of a loop cycle. So this old code, this old grid structure of the old world has basically been keeping you in a loop like this. Just keep going around and around and around. So it's kind of like karmic cycles, and ultimately with like karmic cycles, there's like soul contracts with the karmic cycles, and you have to like either complete them or completely cut these things. So you're basically either completing karmic cycles or you're cutting ties, so you're becoming more alone. So I'm getting that sense of like the more alone you get, the less people that are around you, or just in general, the less things that you have in your life when it comes to energies or soul contracts, especially if you're like cutting these things. You're definitely in this place of seeking truth now. So you're like breaking free from this loop cycle that the old world, old grid system is trying to keep you in. So yeah, the mind is basically breaking free from the prison, and I call it the prison, the coded prison. And this new code is being written. So I feel like there's a lot of fear here as well, though. So we have the Death in reverse. You're not quite there. I think if you see this video, you're probably going to be like maybe trying to justify that this isn't real, but I do come from a place of authentic truth only when I do my readings. I 100% authentic truth, like I wouldn't lie to anybody. I do this straight off the cuff, and I even call in spirit. I light a candle, channeling's all good here. We do have the death in reverse, so that's giving me that sense of not being willing to actually progress, or just like being defiant towards this new system, this new way, or this new code. The new code is really just like a good place to be because it is a place of truth. And what I get from this is that a lot of people are actually afraid to stand in truth. It's like one of those things. People don't stand in full truth. It's like scary. And that's what I'm getting from this is you're not quite at a point where you're willing to fully step forward into this new space. So there might still be a little bit of looping going on, and that could be from the Seven of Cups with the Realm of Dreams. It's like fantasies and loops and stuff. You might even be noticing it with other tarot readers. They keep you in loops and cycles and stuff, and they could be just going around in circles with you, and you could really like think about it. I think that's what it's all about. It's being conscious of these things, and I wasn't really expecting this to be so intense. But, you know, YouTube readings are always like this, and I always remember them to be like this. If I do cough, it's because obviously my chest is not great at the moment, and I'm doing my best to look after myself and all that kind of stuff. If anyone else is sick, my love to you, because oh my gosh, at the moment my chest hurts so bad, and I don't know if it's like a cold going around or something, but I had a friend here last week, and I learned that like when this is interesting. I feel like this must have something to do with it, because I learned that when you like hug someone, you create like a thread and a connection to them, but you can also they can dump the energy into you. So basically what I learned is that this person dumped their energy into me, and I got sick. It was like an energy overload. They were trying to get me to transmute their pain and suffering and stuff. Something that like I didn't really want to do, but it obviously happened for me to learn about it. So I feel like that's some advice, you know, like if you're trying to break through from these cycles and you're very intuitive and psychic and stuff like that, people can literally dump their energy into you, like not even knowing about it or knowing about it. I find that really interesting, and it happened to me. We do have the star coming out. I hope you don't mind me just talking and kind of going off on a tangent there. The star here is the cosmic blessing. So things are actually working out for you. Things are aligning for you. And as much as this like reluctance with the death in reverse here, this new beginning, like stepping into the unknown kind of vibe, the star is kind of lining things up for you. So you're in a process of actually moving towards like full embodied truth of your soul's essence, your soul's name, your truth. So I think that's actually beautiful. It's like really beautiful. I love that. I love seeing the star coming out with alignment here. We do have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Pentacles in reverse is giving me the sense of there is maybe there was like a promise of financial abundance or some sort of like monetary abundance or physical abundance. And this is the card that's giving me, is that like this alignment is actually for truth. So you're actually going to inherit something that is more so spiritual and or karmic debt being paid back to you. So the more you go into truth, the more spiritual weight that you pull in the spiritual world, and you rank up like these points basically. I don't really know how to explain it right now, but it's a system where like you basically build your karma, and it's like good karma, and once you get so much, you're kind of like doing the work and stuff, and then the universe will bring it back to you. So what's happening here is that you're currently in a phase where like you got to get into full truth, and then this King of Pentacles will flip the other way, but it's coming in waves. So the first wave or second wave, it's giving me the first wave of stuff is going to be like full truth and emotional fulfillment and satisfaction and healing, divine ancestral healing. But this King of Pentacles here is really interesting, because I think what a lot of people are waiting for are monetary abundance, and it seems like that's the big focus of like everyone, which I understand. I totally understand it. But it's giving me like you're going through the fire, you're becoming the flame, and you're being tested by the universe, spirit, and it's giving this place of like reluctancy. You know, you want something different, but the universe is saying like, hey, do these tests and I'll bring you everything you want. It just comes in waves, you know, like this may take a long time. With the death card in reverse, like you got to flip that death card up and just really come to grips with what's going on for you. You could be very special. You could be a very beautiful healer indeed, and that's kind of what I'm getting. We have the Four of Wands in reverse, so there is this false sense of joy or like sanctuary, you know, like this false sense of security. So you could currently be in a situation that may not be good for your energy or for your progress. Maybe you're living with someone else, and they're lowering your energy, or you're like slowing down your progress on your soul's journey. And this could be part of the illusions here. So going after like relationships at the moment wouldn't be too healthy for your progress forward if you're really trying to progress in the spiritual realm and become what you've always wanted to become, like a full-blown healer and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like alchemy. So yeah, there's a lack of like the alchemical process going on, so you're kind of like stagnating that. And that's what I'm getting from the first one here, is that you are actually a very sacred person. I just saw 1111 on there. I'm going to end this very shortly because I'm starting to struggle to breathe, but that's just because of my lungs and I haven't talked like this for a while. We do have the High Priestess, so you're actually highly intuitive, you know, the Moonlit Path. I feel like something's going to give, or something's really going to come through by the next full moon, which I think is really good for you. And the Six of Cups here is really coming through, and with mine, my deck is just like the return of joy, because I'm all about, like, I made my own deck, and this one here isn't about karmic cycles or like a new friend coming in. This isn't about nostalgia either. This is just the return of joy. So like it could be nostalgic in the way that like you go back or you bring something from the past into the now, and it's not a human being, it's more like an activity or something that brings you joy. Or it could even be a situation that brings you joy, and it's just a joyful thing. So like returning of joy into a space, which is really good. So around the full moon, it seems like something's going to happen here, and joy is going to be something that you're gifted with from the universe, which is really good. So like if you're not in like a not so good place, then joy is always a good place to be. And then we do have the Strength card in reverse, and then the Lovers. So there seems to be a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, self-doubting, fear, and almost like lack energy here. And with the Lovers, the gathering of souls, something's going to happen with like the full moon here. So it could be some choices, the gathering of souls. This could be like ancestors. This could be like spirit guides, or just, you know, it could be something in the physical. I don't really feel that there is going to be like any energies coming in the physical. It more feels like it's in the spiritual realm. You're unlocking some gateways and some things that are coming through for you. And if you can really like jump through this death and turn it right way up instead of having it upside down, and get rid of the fear and all that kind of stuff, and really take the bull by the horns, you know, and go on your soul's path here, which is a lot of aloneness, you know, it's solitude. It's almost like a sacred pause. That's kind of what I'm getting. Spirit's like putting you on a pause, or asking you to be in sacred, like spiritual stillness, so that you can receive some messages or receive some sort of codes or something here. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's just like there's a lot of like fear going into all of this. It seems like it's quite scary. We got 1414 coming up, and I understand. I've definitely gone through all this stuff before, so I can understand this reading, but I've definitely gone through this already, and it was only like a few months ago when I went through all this stuff, and it happens like all the time now. And there is this card on my deck that is like the Wings of Acceleration, so you can actually accelerate these things. You can make these things move faster, but you really got to be in alignment. So what I'm getting from this reading is really putting yourself into alignment. So alignment's really good at the moment for you. I'm going to grab some oracle cards really quickly just before I go today. I hope you've enjoyed today's reading, and just, I guess, let me know if you are finding my readings helpful. I'm going to try my best to post more often here on this channel. If not, if you want to follow me and get my readings and channeled messages and things like that, I would suggest you go and follow me on TikTok if you have that, Marlal Larem over there, and I post more frequently over there nowadays. We do have Awakening, so yeah, this is definitely giving me that sense of like you're going through an awakening, but you're like in a stage where like you're just kind of like a lot scared or worried. There's a lot of like self-doubt and a lot of pressure. It's like a spiritual awakening, right? Like I feel like you're really awakening to these things, like this new code opening up to you and a new grid. You know, like you're breaking free from cycles, so it's very difficult. So there could be a lot of spiritual attacks and stuff. I'd recommend getting some crystals if you've not got them already. Get your Palo Santo. Palo Santo is all I use now. I don't even use sage anymore. But yeah, I'd recommend that and just like, you know, do your stuff. We have Thoth, wholeness. So this awakening is moving into wholeness, which is really good. We have Ta, and that's skill. So you have the skill to do this. You have the skill. You have like the knowledge. I feel like you have a lot of ancient knowledge and codes and stuff, and it could be coming through in dreams and stuff, or coming in waves. You could be unlocking like a spiritual abundance, so gifts and things. And we have soul mating. So this is also a progress of lining things up so that you can get into a state of receiving. And maybe if you're here and you feel like you aren't receiving what you thought you were or should be, what you truly believe that you deserve, this could be what you need to be doing for spirit. You could be like needing to do this process so that you can level up to a point of like actually truly receiving. So maybe spirit's like putting things on hold in the physical when it comes to certain things so that you can actually develop properly and reach like a true spiritual teacher level, if that makes sense. We have the High Wraith, longing for home, homesick for the stars. There's just two more. We have Bastet, passion. You have the passion to get through this, and you have the passion and drive to move forward on this journey. And we have insight. So there should be a lot of insight coming for you before the next full moon. Whether it's in this reading or whether it's in signs or dreams or messages from the universe, however you get downloads. There's definitely a lot of insight coming for you. Number 13, if that helps, that could help with like a number or something. We have light body crystal grid transmission and activation. So you're actually being activated to upgrade your light body. So if you are sick at the moment, that's what I have realized that I'm going through. As the experience that I went through with my no longer friend, that's actually happened a lot in my life in the last few months where I've had to just cut people out. They dump their energy on me. They come in and they just like, you know, shake my hand, and then next thing I'm like drained of my energy and I got to sleep for like 12 hours. People like see me, they see my light, my flame, and they see that I'm very intuitive and I'm like a healer. And yeah, when I touch people, like if I touch people, they just like zap my energy out of me. So what's going on for you is like you have this transmission coming through and you're being activated. You're being placed into the crystal grid, so it is a slow progress to get to that place. And your light body is activating. This can happen in multiple layers too, so it's definitely something that's happening. Just drop the fears. Don't be scared. Don't be worried, because Spirit's got your back, okay? And that's kind of what I want to say here. The return of joy is coming soon. And if you want to accelerate it, just, drop the fear. Turn this death card upside down and rise like the phoenix. That's basically what I'm getting from this. So if you enjoyed today's reading, please let me know down below in the comments. If you want to see more, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification so that you can receive my readings. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm Benji, and yeah, take care everybody, and be well. Lots of love to all of you. Bye-bye.